Notes on the first, second, and third strings, exercise 5. 1, 2, 3, 1. Metronome at 60. One of the first things to notice about exercise 5 is that we're in 3/4, so we're playing 3 beats in a measure. It's all quarter notes except for the last measure, which is a dotted half note, so that rings for the full measure. You'll see IMA written above the music, and that is for the finger picking part of the classical section. We'll talk about that there. In measure 4, we have a repeat sign, double bars, and double dots. So that just means we're going to repeat back to the beginning. When you have repeat signs, you repeat back to a previous repeat sign that is facing you. If you don't come across one that's facing you, you go back to the beginning. The first chord you'll recognize is A minor. Pick all down strokes for this exercise, and the whole exercise we just lift one finger at a time, or just use one finger at a time. Lift the second finger, C is already there, lift the first finger. All we have to do is put for measure 4, all we have to do is put the third finger down for the G chord. Then we're going to go back to the beginning and repeat. We see the repeat signs. We have A minor again. In the next section, lift the first finger. We're lifting the second finger, put the first finger down on F for the G7 chord. Just move the third finger over for a G chord, back to an A minor chord. Lift the first finger, and then just place down the A minor chord. Notes on the first, second, and third strings, exercise 5. We're going to be using what's called free stroke. If you'll notice over the music, or over the notes at the beginning, you have IMA, 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 index, middle, and ring finger is called A. And we're not using our thumb P, so our thumb is anchored on the 4th string for this exercise. And in the 4th measure, we have a Simile, which basically means, to continue with a similar pattern. You'll see it oftentimes in strumming, where the person who wrote the music wants you to continue with a very similar pattern to what you were strumming with. In this case, it just means to continue with the IMA for the fingers. Now for the free stroke in the classical style, generally speaking, my index finger is assigned to the third string, my middle finger is assigned to the second string, and my ring finger is assigned to the first string. And my thumb takes care of the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. In this case, we're only using 3 strings, so it's just IMA. So for this particular exercise, we never have to move or use IMA with a different finger, to play a different string with IMA. Index, 3rd string, middle, 2nd string, A, 1st string. There will be cases where you will move them, but we will not worry about that. Don't worry about that now. We'll worry about that when we get to a song or an exercise that uses that technique, where we'll move the fingers up and down the strings. Notes on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings, exercise 5. Classical style free stroke, finger picking style. 1, 2, 3. You'll notice that I'm playing what's called free stroke rather than the rest stroke that we've been using in other videos, where my finger goes through the string and rests on the string behind it, mostly alternating the index and middle. I'm using my index, my middle, and my A finger. My thumb for this particular exercise is planted on the 4th, or anchored on the 4th string. And so my index finger plays the 3rd string and misses the string, or misses the 4th string, misses the string behind it. Same thing with my middle finger, it plays the 2nd string and misses the 3rd string. It does not rest on the 3rd string. And my ring finger plays the 1st string and does not rest on the 2nd string.